right, welcome to the Let It Fly show. I am Michael Severe. As you can see, my partner Josh Jones is not here this week. He is off. He'll be back next week on next week's show, which will be a very good show. We're going to be interviewing a former Husker football coach. Looking forward to that. We'll tell you about that a little bit later. Welcome to the Let It Fly Sports Bar, Let It Fly show. As you know, an elevated, different way to do a sports bar. Great TVs everywhere, great drinks, great specials, great seats. The atmosphere is wonderful. It's a great place to come and enjoy yourself. Podcast is brought to you by Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. No matter what sports you're watching, no matter where you are, you can enjoy Bud Light on a regular basis and love it as well. I mentioned all the specials down at the Let It Fly Sports Bar. We, of course, are here in the downtown Capital District. There's also one out in Elkhorn. Specials on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. From the French dip on Friday to the wings on Wednesday to a really good deal on Taco Tuesday. So many great deals going on. Drink specials as well. Don't forget about the happy hour and reverse happy hour. Coming up on the show this week, we're going to chat with former Heisman Trophy winner, former Husker, two-time national champion, Johnny Rodgers. Johnny will join us to kind of preview the Husker season. We'll look ahead. Also want to tell you about an event the Jet Award Foundation is going to be doing coming up on August 21st. They're going to have a roundtable, and it's going to be a really fun auction. Danny Noonan's going to be there. The great Huskers from the 80s, defensive linemen. Jason Peter and Jay Foreman will both be there. We'll chat with them about helping Nebraska and trying to get them back when Scott Frost was here, and then everything they've done since then to try to help the team as well. And also, Zach Bowman, who doesn't do a whole lot of stuff. Zach Bowman actually is with a local charity organization here, and we'll chat with him, too, about his time playing for Nebraska in the secondary and his time in the NFL. And then a great auction. So we'll tell you all about that stuff when Johnny comes up after we get through the headlines. Number one headline for the week, Huskers are back at it. Full camp getting started. Fall camp started on Monday. We're taping this on Tuesday. It'll drop on Wednesday. I was there for the 20 minutes or so that they had it open for the media. I can tell you the offensive line looks great. And I mean not just the starting five or the five that went out there, but probably 7, 8, 9 deep. Henry Latofsky, who went to Big Ten Media Days, looks great. Exploding off the ball, in better shape than he was even last year when he played pretty well. You've got the two transfers, Rocco Spindler, of course, from Notre Dame, who was out there as well playing the guard spot. You got Justin Evans, who's moved over into the center spot. And then you have like so many competitions at the tackle spots, right? So right now you got Gunnar Gatula, who played a lot last year, who looks good out there. Don't forget, you still have guys who played last year, who are maybe a little banged up, who are out there, including some young guys, Tyler Kanak, who played mostly on special teams last year. He actually was out there with the starting five. And then the kid from Alabama as well, who was, played pretty well in terms of a run blocker, but not great pass blocker. He's a beast. Looks great out there in Pritchard. So deep offensive line. That was the first thing I looked at when I was out there. And then the next group that looks really deep and looks like it's ready to go is the wide receiver group. There really is no excuse this year, in my opinion, for Nebraska's offense not to be what we saw in a couple of games when Holgorsen took over into the season. You've got depth at wide receiver. You bring in Isaiah Hunter from Cal, who proved himself in the ACC last year. You have Dane Key, who proved himself at Kentucky in the SEC last year. You have Ja'Cory Barney, who proved himself in the Big Ten with Nebraska, getting almost 50 catches, or over 50 catches. And then you have a bunch of young guys. And the one that's really exciting is Jeremiah Jones. When you see all those guys standing together, you're like, oh, this guy ain't like the other. 6'4", 6'5", 220 pounds. Looks like the real deal. And then you got a lot of other guys, a lot of depth that's there on the wide receiver course. So I think they're going to be pretty good at wide receiver. Depth at tight end, probably 4 deep at tight end. I'm interested in seeing what Heinrich Haarberg can do. He was out there wearing number 10. Looked really good. Lyndon Meyer wants to be known more as a pass catcher because EA College Football made him as a blocking-only tight end, which he was not happy about. So he'll be out there as well. Mark Way, the kid from LSU that transferred in, that got hurt last year, he'll be out there as well. So a lot of depth at the tight end position. Of course, Carter out of Ainsworth, another guy that will be out there at the tight end position, so there'll be some depth there. And then running back, that's your big question on offense. I think the wide receivers will be solid. Tight ends will be solid. I really like the offensive line. Dylan Raiola in his second year, in year 2, you could see him taking a step. The question is, do they have enough at running back? Emmett Johnson, the starter, we like him. We know what he can do, but not a guy who you don't expect a guy his size to stay healthy the whole year. You just don't. So we'll see what happens there. Moving Mosey from wide receiver to running back. He was wearing 22 out there at practice on Monday. And then we'll see what happens depth-wise at running back. But that's the real question mark if you can look at the offense. If they can get production from 2, 3, or even 4 of those running backs, it'll be a pretty good offense. It'll be a really pretty good offense. Want to remind you that on Saturday, they have the Big Red Preview Open Practice that's happening. That is, you can pay for that. It's from 6:30 to probably 7:30, 8 o'clock. It's $30 for club seat tickets, $20 for adult tickets and youth tickets, and $10 for those who are high school age and under. It'll be right after the first fan day they're having, which is 4:30 to 6 o'clock. So if you're going to go out there and check out the Big Red Preview, if you want to see the team as well, you can go out there and do that. Headline number 2, Deion Sanders battles bladder cancer, has his bladder removed, but according to his doctor at the press conference they had on Monday, he is cancer-free. You always say that with a little bit of hesitation because we know what can happen. You know how quickly things can happen. So in terms of Deion Sanders and where he is right now, we're all happy that he's back coaching. I think a lot of people, based off of what was coming out on social media, thought maybe that would be it for him, that maybe he wouldn't be able to coach anymore. But that's not what he's saying. He's good. He's got to wear Depends. He's got to go to the bathroom differently than he did before. But with the miracle of modern science, it's good to see Deion Sanders back up and around again and being able to coach again. So good for him. I know there's a lot of animosity between Nebraska and Colorado. Well, you don't play him this year. And we'll see how they do without his son and without Travis Hunter out there and Shiloh Sanders as well. So we'll see how that goes. But at least right now, cancer-free and healthy and doing much better. Cured of cancer was what his doctor said about him. Headline number 3, not so lucky when it came to cancer, is a Cubs icon, Ryne Sandberg, who passed away on Monday at the age of 65. Ryne Sandberg is a unique player. And it's hard for me to, if you are, say, younger than maybe 40 years old, it's hard for you to relate to what Ryne Sandberg meant to so many people growing up in the 80s. And I don't mean just Cub fans. Just people who came home during the day and there was a Cub game on. And it was on WGN. And every day in the lineup, it seemed like Ryne Sandberg was there at second base. He was the second baseman. More home runs at second base, as many hits as anybody at second base. There was something about, again, I wasn't a Cubs fan, but there's something about Rhino, good nickname, Ryne Sandberg, clean-cut guy, like I said, played every day, didn't make errors, became a better hitter as he went along in his career. I know he hit over 40 home runs in one year, but he was diagnosed with cancer last year and then had a bunch of treatment, and they thought it was in remission. Excuse me, but it came back, and he passed away on Monday at the age of 65. But he meant so much to so many baseball fans. And again, not just Cub fans, baseball fans. Ryne Sandberg, for whatever reason, it was just a perfect time. You know, there weren't a whole bunch of stations out there. There wasn't a bunch to watch during the day. But if you were at home, you watch your Price is Right. Maybe you watch The Pyramid, turned on the Cubs at 1 o'clock or noon, or depending where you were, and you watched the Cub game, and you watched Ryne Sandberg play, you know. So R.I.P. to Rhino, a guy that Cubs fans and baseball fans absolutely love. Coming up, we will chat with the Jet, Johnny Rodgers, 1972 Heisman Trophy winner. Also, the inspiration for the Jet Award, where I work as the executive director. We'll chat with him about a bunch of things, including a big event coming up in August to raise money for the Jet Award Foundation and the Johnny Rodgers Career and Technical Scholarship when we come back here on the Let It Fly Show. All right, welcome to the Let It Fly Show. Welcome back to it. Joining us, the Heisman Trophy winner. He was the man that won 2 national championships at the University of Nebraska. Johnny Rodgers joining us here on the show. How you doing?
I'm doing just fine. I'm still in the game, Mike.
That's all that matters.
Put me in, Coach.
What they say, every time you put your feet on the floor, you get up, it's a good day.
It's a good day.
It's a good day.
We're in the game.
How's your summer been?
Well, I'm busy.
You stay busy.
Busy all the time. Busy all the time. I'm have somewhere to go here. I'm traveling out of state. I just came back from Was it South Dakota?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you went for a golf tournament.
Yeah, I went for South Dakota. I was in 5 minutes. I was in South Dakota, Iowa, and Nebraska in 5 minutes.
It takes a long time.
No, they are all next to each other.
Yes, they are. Yes.
They're all next to each other. But they had a great program up there. Mike Roziers was up there. Eric was up there. We raised quite a bit of money, $100,000 for an event that they had going up there. So
yeah, for the Sioux City School District right there.
For the Sioux City School District. Yeah,
that's a good deal up there.
How'd you play? All around.
It was hot, right?
It was very hot.
Yeah, I bet.
It was very hot. And the thing that really was significant, on my way home, we got home right before it, but as soon as after I got home, they had tornadoes come through there, 150-mile-an-hour winds.
Yeah, yeah.
150.
Yeah, and that was
I've never seen 150.
Like straight line winds similar to what you get in a hurricane.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to think about.
Crazy, that's right. I'm glad it was behind me, not in front of me.
I'm glad you guys got out of there. No doubt about that. So you don't play golf?
Well, yes, I do play,
You're the
but
most
I don't
competitive
play.
person I know, definitely over the age of 60. I know that you want to be out there competing.
No, I don't, because it's too hard. Golf is hard, and if you don't practice, it's even harder.
Yeah.
And I play in a lot of the scrambles, you know, for fundraisers and whatever. Matter of fact, I got to play Saturday. They forced me into it, but then I say I'm not going to play because I end up, I got to hit. I hit pretty good, but it's too hard if you don't practice. You got to practice stuff.
Didn't Coach Reed fix your game though? I thought Coach Reed got in there, fixed your game so much so that you could beat him.
I still can beat him,
but
it's still hard if I practice.
If you practice,
you gotta, but if you don't practice and you go down out once a month, you can't do nothing. That's hard.
I understand.
I remember coming in on the final hole here not long ago. I hit one like 220 yards right up by the pin.
Yeah.
Yeah. But hell, I take all the times I dusted before then.
Well, that's what makes you come back. All you need is one really good shot to make you come back again.
I tell you, Mike, if I could practice, if I could just, I used to go out a couple times a week, 2 or 3 times a week, then I could play just fine.
You're too busy.
Yeah, but I play it once a month.
Yeah.
And I like pickleball.
Right.
Yeah, pickleball, I get a good workout.
Sure.
Golf, I really don't get that good a workout.
Do you walk the golf course?
I'm not going to walk. I'll be
if you want good exercise, you can walk a golf
Mike,
course.
I can still
5 miles.
I can hardly walk. You got to see my handicap sticker.
You should both knees replaced. Both knees replaced. You walk just fine.
Mike, I done messed up my right knee, my left knee, and my wee knee. Are you serious?
But you're healthy now though, because the last time you had broken your bone in your foot, right?
Broke my foot playing pickleball.
Yeah.
But I'm back in the game now.
I told you.
Now I hurt my shoulder playing racquetball.
Running into the wall or swinging?
Just swinging. And I've been out for like 3 or 4 weeks after that. Yeah.
I did not know that.
Just swinging. I just thought I'd better take it off because I would never quit.
Yeah.
But I said, if I don't quit, it's going to get worse and worse and worse. So I quit for about 4 or 5 weeks, and now I'm ready to go in there and take names. But they are down there right now planning my assassination.
Oh, they
right now.
That is.
As we speak. I'm supposed to be on Tuesday, Thursday. That's where I go.
I always tell people that is one of the most physical contact sport. You
man,
hit the wall, you run in there. People you're playing against, the ball hits you in the face.
The paddle will hit you.
The paddle hits you. It's just
the people will hit you.
There's so much going on.
Oh, it's rough in there, and they down there waiting too. Serious,
waiting for planning your assassination.
Yeah, about 18, 19, 20, 25-year-olds, and then I'm 74.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah,
Johnny Rodgers joining us here on Let It Fly Show. I know I've talked to you about this in the past, but what is your expectation for the Huskers, Matt Rhule, year 3? I know last year you're like, make a bowl. What's your expectation this year?
Well, I think we should always make a bowl. If we don't make a bowl, we can't say that we've had a successful season at all.
Right.
But I want to see more of our guys go to the pros because we have those type of quality players. And if we have guys that are going to the pros, then we can look forward to winning championships because we got quality players. But if we don't have guys just getting paid, but they're not really getting the accolades or making the participation for a team deal.
Yeah.
Because when 1 or 2 guys stand out, Mike, it helps everybody want to do better. Everybody, because it doesn't make any difference if 8 or 9 people do well.
Yeah.
You got to get everybody on the same page at the same time, every single time, that they really want it more. They want to win more than they want to breathe.
And all 3 phases.
Offense, defense, and special teams.
Special teams has been especially bad in Nebraska for a number of years.
And they don't even try.
Well, they got a new guy, Mike Eckler. Have you met Mike Eckler yet?
I know. I think I have.
He's a special teams coach. He came to the Big Red, our gala.
I think I have, yeah.
He came to the Jet Award Gala. Promised me that next year there'll be a Nebraska player there winning the Jet Award. which we've never had.
He said that.
That's what he said. That's what Mike Eckler said. He goes, I'm going to fix special teams in Nebraska in the return game, and I'm going to get a player here.
Well, he better cut off one of their arms so they can't fair catch. Because they got too many fair catches going.
Yep.
I mean, I can't even imagine. Sometimes they fair catch and they're not even close.
Yeah. They've changed the rules so much to try to make special teams safer. It does make it a little bit harder to return.
This is football.
I know it is.
Football is not safer.
Yeah.
It's contact. It's a contact sport.
Right.
The whole key is you got to make it. I remember before we really got it down, they was killing me. But then I figured it out that I had to have a designated man to get that first man.
Yeah.
Once we got that down, I got the first man, then the rest of the guys could just fall in line.
You like having a second person back there for your up back? Do you like having that 2 guys back?
No, just one.
You just want the one guy back, and you don't. Do you want somebody to be able to drop back and get the first guy, or how do you like it?
He gets the first man down to the first, because there's somebody coming now.
Sure.
Every single time. You don't have to get 2. I get 1 if you get 2, but I can't take her 2.
Right.
But you got to get that first man, and that's got to be the plan.
Yeah.
And I remember I used to call punt returns left, and hell, I'd go right.
Yeah.
I call her right, then I go left.
Right.
So I got huddled, I'd say, all right, everybody get a block. Ready?
Yeah.
Right.
There you go.
Just get a block.
Yeah.
Everybody get a block, get that first man, everybody get a block, and they did.
Yeah.
I have punt returns that I show people, and we count them. 1, 2, 3. And you can see we got 7, 8, 9 blocks on one play.
It's really hard to get punt return touchdowns. Last year, nobody had more than 1 in the whole country. No one had more than 1.
Is that right?
Yes. And kickoff returns, getting more of those. Kickoff returns
now.
now.
Those are harder than punt returns.
We're getting more of those now because now on punt return, you have the rugby-style kickers who go off to one side. They can wait a little while, kick it, allow all their guys to get down there, and it makes it hard for you to catch the ball and make people miss. They're making punt return harder.
If you catch the ball, that would be even easier because they're all down there at once.
Yeah.
It's harder when you got them spread out all the time, and you got to figure out how to get.
You're surrounded though.
Once you get through,
little Indian in the middle, Cowboys all around him.
Once you get through, it's over.
Then it's over. Okay.
It's over. You got to get through.
Yeah. No, I completely understand that.
Yeah.
So expectations this year, get better. I love what you said about more pros because they only had, I believe it was 2 drafted players this year. They haven't had a year where they've had more than 4 drafted, I think, since 2016. Getting more guys going to the NFL, that's normally a better team.
Well, and it's really going to be hard because more times than not, the motivation has been money. I don't know how much, and more money is good too.
Money's fine. Yeah,
money you get too. So maybe with the NIL, they're getting enough money that they don't care about the next level as much. Because they're getting millions of dollars already. It's hard to get motivated when you got millions already. To get more millions and you're getting hit and beat up.
Yeah.
If you work the money, you can stop working.
Yeah.
You don't have to go to the next level.
Yeah.
That's as far as you have to go.
The NIL money is good. The money you make in the NFL is great. So but work hard.
It is, but if you get a few $1 million in NIL, it makes you feel great.
Yeah. Luckily, there's only a couple people that are like that around college football. Most of the guys are making good, $80,000, $90,000. But if you were making that much money, that would make it tough. Johnny Rodgers joining us here on Let It Fly show. What's it been like? You went through so many years of winning, so many years being a fan of the team, watching them win, and what's happened over these last, few years trying to get back. What's that been like sitting up there watching the team?
Well, I get discouraged because I'm not completely convinced that we want to win. That we make so much money not winning that it's hard to get motivated to win. And I think sometimes that
because people are still showing up and going to the games.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
So people show up and go to the game.
Right.
And if you start winning, they're gonna want you to keep winning.
Yeah. Sure.
But if you don't win, the anticipation of the win, we're going to support you until you win.
Yeah.
But if you start winning, then you're going to have to keep winning.
Yeah.
And then you're really going to have to start giving guys more money because you got to get. We should have more than 2 guys going to the pros. Yep. We can't have 2 guys that are pro quality and act like we're trying to win a conference.
Right.
And the Big Ten was one of the toughest conferences in the country.
Yep.
We got to have 8, 10 guys. We got to have 11 guys.
Yeah, like Michigan,
11
Ohio
guys.
State,
Yeah.
Penn State.
The ones that are winning.
Yeah, schools like that.
They got guys, damn near everybody. They
Yeah.
want to go to the pros.
Yeah, they get a lot of guys going,
we coming like it's a job.
Mm-hmm.
We have it's a profession, and we want to go to the pros.
Yeah.
We got the attitude that this is our opportunity to see just how good we can be.
Yeah.
You know, not even the money, just how good you can be.
Yeah. Because it's more than – that's what I've learned from a lot of people who have been high-level athletes or business people. You're constantly competing against yourself, right?
Oh.
You're constantly saying, I need to be better than I was the day before.
Well, and you know it. I don't care how good you can get better.
Right.
And you know if you stay with it, you're going to get better. That's your goal. You're going to get better.
Right.
If I'm just as good as I was yesterday, I got to stay out here a little longer.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I got to catch more passes. I got to do more things because I can.
Right.
We're not human beings, Mike. We're not human beings. Do you realize that?
We're not human beings? What
No.
are we? What are we?
We're humans becoming.
Becoming. Okay,
and
got
we
it.
become better and
Right.
better and better, but we got to put the work in.
Right.
You are what you think about most of the time.
Right.
Thoughts are not just things. Thoughts are truly the cause of things.
Mm-hmm.
And if you hold a thought long enough, you can have it.
Yeah.
But can you imagine 24 or 36 people having the same thought for real?
Right.
How much power? I mean, that much power together for real?
Right.
I mean, if you got it and you catch it and we got it,
Right.
and then the rest of them get it, we're going to get it.
We all win.
We're going to get it.
Yeah.
We're going to get it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you only got a few guys that are going to the pros
Yeah.
and they thinking and the rest of the guys just, going to practice,
Mm-hmm.
you ain't getting it.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't getting it.
Were you surprised that it didn't work out with Scott Frost?
Well, I didn't know his mentality. Once I seen his mentality, then I seen that I wouldn't have been surprised, but I would think that he would, just as for the people that supported him, that he would put more effort into it. He's passing the buck off on it's the program's fault. It's Scott's fault. It's always our fault. We always are responsible and accountable. When we pass it off, then we're not in the game. Mm-hmm. And Scott's trying to pass it off, but he didn't do his responsibilities because he really wasn't paying attention to the game. He was playing. He was out there playing the field, not the football field either. He was playing the field, and that's not that's fine to do that, but that's not your main responsibility. If you take that money, you take that commitment, and you got all those guys that are trusting you to help take them to that next level, then that's what you got to do.
Yeah.
But you can't be forced to do it. You got to want to do it.
Mm-hmm. You
got to want to do it because you said it. You said it. I committed I was going to do it. Now this is what I got to do, and I'm getting paid handsomely to do it.
Yeah.
We're going to do this.
Right.
We're going. I can say no to going out a couple of nights a week. I don't have to pick the first girls I see. I didn't took too much money. I got too many young people that are counting their whole lives, their whole future is counting on what you do because you're the coach, you're the leader.
Right.
And the kids don't do what you say; they do what they see you doing. So all those other guys, they're doing the same thing that he's doing.
Yeah.
Now, when Tom was playing, they were doing the same thing. Coaching, they were doing the same thing he was doing too, studying.
Yeah.
Studying and working and focusing on winning.
They were modeling what his behavior.
Winning. Mm-hmm. That's all we think about every day, day and night, winning. Mm-hmm. We sitting in the dorm room talking. We talking about winning. How we going to do this?
Yeah.
Me and Glover, Darryl White, Billy O's. Billy O's you remember Billy O's? Mm-mm. Billy O's is the fullback.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Billy O's would run through the wall.
What number did he wear?
44.
44. Okay.
He was running through the wall for real.
Yeah.
Ain't no, he was right there in the bull block when Coach Corrigan was teaching the bull block.
Yeah.
Ain't no time that Jeff Kinney went through that line that Bill O didn't bull block and blow his man out.
Yeah.
Blow his man out.
Right.
I mean, every single time.
Yeah.
Shit, you just knew it.
Bob on backer. That back on the backer, taking him out.
Oh, you take it straight up, come up under the chin, blow him over, and then you break one side or the other.
Yeah.
And that's the way it happens.
How has Matt Rhule been in terms of reaching out to the former players? I know that's something that different coaches do it different ways, but how's he been?
I can't speak for the players because I don't know.
I mean former players like you, like yourself.
Well, I know, but I can only speak for
yourself.
myself.
Yes.
I don't have that much contact with them.
Oh, okay.
At all.
Have you gone out to practice though?
I went to one.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to one. I don't think that they're reaching out really at all.
Okay.
I don't think they take advantage of their advantages. And, we got all the former players and we got a whole organization of players. But they're not trying to do things for the people who made it possible for them to be there. They're just not. They're just not. We're fighting all the time about that. I get a fair amount of privilege, and I got to fight for mine, but I'm more times than not fighting for other people because they're not getting nothing down there. They're not trying to bring on that because they don't know nothing about it. They wasn't part of it.
Right.
You know, they weren't part of our history. History is his story.
Yes.
They're not part of that story. So they don't care about that story, and they're not trying to build their story. You got two guys going to pro. What kind of story are they trying to build? Really?
Yeah.
Now, what can they say? How are they going to say you got two guys on our whole team that are going to the pros?
Yeah. I assume after year 3 that they'll have more because they'll have their guys.
3?
And they're bringing, well, I looking ahead, I could see as many as 4. They are really young. They got a really young team, not a whole bunch of seniors. So maybe that'll be a difference in it because they don't have a lot of guys. But
well, we should know about it, and as long as we see it, and they telling us that is our intent.
Yeah.
We want everybody coming through here going to the pros that want to really go.
Right.
And all of our first-team players on offense and defense, special teams should want to go because they should qualify to go.
Yeah.
Now, if you don't want to go, that probably means because you're not –
should be playing probably.
well, you're not really. That's not what you're trying to do. You're just out of here. You're getting a dummy. You wouldn't block on and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
But that's not what they're doing. If you try to get it there, you need. And the only way you can get there is the guy next to you help you. You can't get there just because you want to.
Right, right.
There's no way I would have been able to do the things I did if I had not had a team. If I had players that are, they're for me. Say, damn. Art said we got to get a block.
Yeah.
Everybody got to get a block. Yeah. Shit, you did not want to be the one during film time.
Oh, yeah.
They showed up and you didn't get a block.
What are you doing at 25? Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't get a block.
Right.
But when you walk down the thing and you can see and you can count them, and everybody got a block, shit.
Yeah.
It's on like buttered popcorn.
Jet Award's been around, be 15 years now. It'll be our 15th. Does it feel like it's been that long?
No.
Since you got it started?
Feel like this day before yesterday.
Yeah. Started in 2011. Had the first gala in 2012. What do you remember back about being over at Anthony's Steakhouse? Right?
I remember when we first started, Mike, we was lucky to get a couple hundred people. We had no idea if we was really going to get it going on that day or that night.
Right.
But, I don't even know how it really came about that I realized that out of college football, and it had to be from the creator, is that the only category in college football that didn't have an award for it was the punt return and kickoff guys.
It was after Lee Jenkins put his article, right, picking the greatest players at every position.
Right.
And you realize, well, there's not one for a special teams guy.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And that's the most powerful play in football. And like I said, our special teams was for the guys who didn't get to start. So you put the guys in that didn't get to play, and that's when they went out on the special team like they were special ed or something.
Yeah.
They were just the referees.
Well, it was their chance to win.
Well, it's their chance to get in.
Yeah.
All right, but we changed that. We put our best players on offense, our best players on defense. We put them together and put me back there and said, this is the special team.
Right.
Shit, our job is to get it done.
Yeah.
We got to get a big play.
Right.
That's your opportunity to get a big play.
Yeah.
And that's what they were using before. They was, fair catching for days because they were just trying to play safe. They weren't trying to get a big play.
Yep.
But we're going to get a big play. It's just about how big.
Yeah.
We're not going to run every one back, but sometimes we just get it back to the 30. Shit, we're going to score.
Yep. You look at some of the guys that we've had win the Jet Award, and they're some of the most versatile players in the NFL. If you can do that job of kickoff and punt return, you can do almost anything.
Well, you can, but like I said, you got to have the rest of the guys in it. And they got to be helping because I don't care how good you are. If your team, your guys are not with you.
Yeah.
Not trying. They don't understand that. Like I said, we need to get back to the. If we get to the 30, we in.
Yeah.
We're going to score. You don't have to, and you don't even have to score a touchdown. You can just
get
score
a field
3.
Goal. Sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
But every time you kick it, we get a score.
Yep.
It's on.
That's pretty darn good.
That's pretty darn good.
We have done a number of different fundraisers. We are doing one on August 21st at Herdit Sports Bar. It's going to be a roundtable with a bunch of former black shirts. Now, I know you feel that you are an honorary black shirt.
Well, that's why I'm there with him. What do you mean, honorary?
All the defensive players of black shirts, you played on offense.
No, I played with all them on defense
on
or fourth
defense.
down. When they kicked it, it was fourth down, Mike.
That's not defense. That's special teams. But we have a group of guys who are coming in. Danny Noonan, who was a great player in the 1980s, top 10 draft pick, Dallas Cowboys. Jason Peter, we know how good he was here at Nebraska. Jay Foreman, another guy, really good in the 90s.
Yesterday.
Yep, playing golf, right? And then also Zach Bowman, who was a really good defensive player at Nebraska after being a junior college kid, and then went on and had a 10-year career in the NFL. So we have a really good group of that roundtable on August 21st. What do you like to hear when those guys get together and start talking about the old times?
Well, we all have winning stories to tell.
Yeah.
And they're from different eras. Mm-hmm. We have a different story, but they're all the same thing. It's all about winning, and we got it. We did it. You know, we're out there to do it, and we did it. And we have, and they all have team stories. Oh, yeah. We don't have any individual accomplishment. You got guys who make All-American, but they made All-American because of the team. Mm-hmm. You know, so you're out there really bragging on the fellas. Mm-hmm. You don't brag on yourself. It's the fellas that got you over. Right. And they did. And what did they do? They got over too. You know, and a lot of times guys don't go to the pros, but you carry that attitude with you throughout life. I don't care what field you go in with a different attitude than other people because you are used to winning. Mm-hmm. And you are used to being the best. You are used to being an example. You know that people are watching. You know kids are watching. Your family's watching. You know people in the business are watching. You are responsible. You're accountable. And you're really trying to be the best at whatever it is that you're doing. You are leading the way, trying to be the best. And it gets infectious. Yeah. And everything around you starts being better, you know? Mm-hmm. That's how we grow with the Jetta Award growing to get you here. Yeah. we get better and better. And you say, well, hell, these guys might be going somewhere.
You want to find out more information about the event coming up on August 21st. It's a kickoff for college football. The following week, Huskers get going. We want to try to get everybody excited about that. You can go to jettaward.com on the website where you can buy tickets. It's $20 for a ticket. You get a raffle ticket to win some really cool prizes. You get a free drink ticket, and you have a chance to be able to ask questions to the former players. And we have an auction. And one of the best things in the auction, good friend of yours, Rick Upchurch, 1970s, 1980s, special team player on the all-NFL team. He donated one of his jerseys from the Broncos, which is a pretty cool thing to be able to get.
He's the man.
He is.
He's the man.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
$20?
Well, yeah, $20 to get in the building.
Well, $20 for number 20. You got to get $20.
Johnny's number 20. Yeah, no doubt about that. A couple other things on the auction. And I know you say you wash your car a lot. We're doing a year-long unlimited washes at Rocket Car Wash. You can bid on that as well.
That's one of the better deals I have, to be able to go to that car wash. I go through there a couple times a day sometimes, just because I can.
Yeah, I have that little sticker on mine. I go through there as well.
I go through there. I never have a dirty car, and when it is, I just drive there. Yeah. That's a really good deal to have.
Yeah, and they're all over town, too. Everywhere over town, so you can bid on that. And another cool thing, thanks to Runza, they're donating a year worth of combo meals, which means every week for 52 weeks, the whole year, you can go get yourself a free combo meal.
Somebody's going to get fat. Somebody's going to get fat.
Well, you got to, maybe you share it with the family. One person one day. Wife gets it another time.
Don't be greedy. Don't be greedy.
That. Yeah. Yep. Bunch of good stuff, including a Cubs package that we have, which involves a signed jersey and hat donated from the Cubs franchise.
Oh, that's a good one.
So that should be a good one as well. We got a bunch of stuff. Adam Carricker, former Husker, donated a couple of his NFL gloves signed.
That's unique.
The playing gloves, so that's kind of cool too. So a bunch of that good stuff as well. So come on out to that. Again, go to the jettaward.com to find all the information. You can buy tickets there. You can register for the auction, all that stuff as well. Prediction for this season. Do you have one?
Well, no, I really don't, Mike. Like I said, I think that they've realized that people are not going to accept them not going to a bowl. Yeah. So we're going to win 6 games. Sure. But I don't keep up with the recruiting enough to see if they're really trying to get to – until we get good offensive linemen.
Yeah. They brought a couple good guys in this year.
Oh, we need more than a couple.
One guy from Notre Dame.
Okay.
Another guy from Alabama. All right. Right. Plus they have 3 other guys who've been here and have been pretty good.
What about defensive line?
Now that's going to be – they're younger. They lost 2 of their veteran defensive linemen. One guy to the draft, and Ty Robinson, and the guy Nash Hutmacher. But I think – those young guys, they're athletic. I think they're going to be very good. I think this D-line's going to be good. It's deep.
Well, like I said, they are physical enough. We have training enough. It's about attitude, Mike. It's about attitude. You don't. 1 year ain't gonna make that much difference how old you are. If you're a sophomore, it don't make that much difference. It's just your attitude that determines your altitude or how far you're gonna go. Right. But somebody has to be around them that makes it infectious. That they got to always be trying to be the best. They can't take breaks. Right. They can't take breaks. They got to get in there together and realize we got to do this together, and that if you see a man slacking, you need to kick his ass yourself. Really. You need to
Motivate him.
You need to get his ass out of here.
Yeah.
Because that gets catching tickle. Then everybody get a turn.
Right.
You can't have everybody get a turn to doing something wrong. Because you can't have no mistakes.
Right.
That's one of the things that really kept us from winning, that more times than not, we would go through a game and we didn't have mistakes.
No penalties. A lot of no penalty games, yeah.
No penalties. You know, because Devaney was intense about not beating ourselves. Mm-hmm. You know, if they're going to come in there and beat us, they're going to beat us. Yeah. But we can't be beating ourselves. We can't have offsides and bad snaps and interceptions and things like that.
Yeah.
We take our easy plays. We can take 5 yards, you know.
Yeah.
That's good. I mean, we don't have to do the crazy stuff. And then you're going to get a big play.
Yep, and you wear them down.
Yeah.
Yep. Last thing before I let you go, one of the things you do, I mentioned how busy you are. You go down to the jail and you talk to some of the young people who are incarcerated, trying to motivate them. Can you tell us a little bit more why you do that, where you go?
Well, I do that because I used to be in jail. I have personal experience about being in jail, and I have personal experience also about deciding I'm not going to be here no more. Mm-hmm. That I'm going to do what I need to do. You know, a lot of these young guys, they got gang members giving them guns. They get caught with the gun. They haven't really done anything really wrong, and then they get out on probation and they get messed up on probation and they back in there for something else, and they're really good kids. But all the kids are learning. You know, like I said, we're not human beings. We're humans becoming. They need a chance to make mistakes too, just like everybody else, and they should not be held that hardly accountable for mistakes at that level. Mm-hmm. They got, you know, my guy running there, they got guys in there 11 years old. Wow. You can't put no 11-year-old guy in jail and keep him in jail for no years and stuff. He needs help.
Yep.
You know, he needs information. And they need information how to stay out and some motivation. Yeah. And then they need to get together while they're in there and start working on teams too, because we got an opportunity while they're there. We have some guys that are taking courses from jail.
Yeah.
From there.
Yeah.
So they can come out and they can get their high school diploma and the college degree while they're in there.
Yeah, Metro has the 180 program where they help those people who are incarcerated to be able to, when they get out, have an education, have a degree, be able to find a job.
You got a job. Mm-hmm. Because the worst thing that used to happen is that you could come out with a felony, you couldn't get a job.
Right.
You know, and then you're not thinking about getting an education in because you can't afford to get a job to pay for it. But when you can get it free while you're in jail and you come out with something, then you have shown that you really are trying to take yourself in the right direction.
Yep.
You've taken those steps. It takes, you've got that inner side. You got to go within or you go without.
Yeah. And
those guys that are going within, when they get out, they can stay out because they don't have to take the little job. They can get a responsible job and get on.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you can get your associate degree, more times than not, I'm doing a thing for the CDL guys here on Saturday, simply because if you can get a job in the CDL, you can start off $50,000, $60,000
driving a truck,
and then in a couple of years you're up to $100,000.
Right.
Now you're always going to be all right.
Yep.
So these guys have opportunities, especially if you have proven by getting your degree, associate 2-year degree, you have shown that you're going in the right direction.
Right. Right.
And everybody needs a chance.
We always need people driving trucks.
Yeah, but there's no perfect people out here. Everybody always, he does this. Everybody's messing up doing something.
Right.
Ain't nobody that always did it all right. You know? So we shouldn't be pointing our fingers at nobody. We should be trying to help each other, take care of each other, support each other, give them encouragement all the time, especially their children. And I want to do those things for those children. And I want them to do things like that for my child. You know, Jewel didn't always, have you going good. We've had people all around to help Jewel do what she's doing with the governor, the mayor.
It's a village. Everybody's got to help out.
Everybody helps out, and that helps encourage her and keeps people going.
Yep. Well, come out and join Johnny and our great roundtable from the Black Shirts on August 21st at Herd at Sports Bar. Get started at 6:30. Go to thejetaward.com. All the information is there. Easy for you, just $20. And you help to raise money for the Johnny Rodgers Career and Technical Scholarship. We went over 500 students helped receiving aid since 2017. We went over that, and now we've expanded over to Iowa Western. So we got students over in Iowa as well. And every year, gets bigger and bigger.
Every day's game day, Mike.
No doubt.
Not every other day. Every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
Right.
We're in it to win it.
Thanks, Johnny. We appreciate it. All right, welcome back to Let It Fly Show. Thanks to Johnny Rodgers for coming in with us. A reminder again, August 21st, 6:30 to 8:30 at Herd Sports Bar. And that back room back there holds about 65 to 80 people. We're hoping to get a bunch of people to come out and be a part of our roundtable and auction and raise money for the Johnny Rodgers Career and Technical Scholarship. We continue to donate money to Metro. Metro matches the tuition funds that we donate, and this class so far this year, we're thinking it's going to be about 65 between the start of fall and the start of winter quarters, and so we're looking forward to helping those students out. Also, a reminder for this week, Thursday night, Hall of Fame game, NFL football is back. And, of course, you can watch it right here at the Let It Fly Sports Bar in the Capital District. It's on NBC, and Peacock, but come on down here to Let It Fly. Enjoy the Thursday night specials, which is the steak and frites, which is great. Come on down, enjoy that, and watch a little bit of Hall of Fame football. It is the LA Chargers versus Detroit Lions to kick off the NFL season. Of course, not very long. Every Saturday, every Sunday, we'll be packed in here with folks watching football, both college and pro. Next week's guest, very excited about this. Next week's guest, former Husker defensive backs coach George Darlington will join us on the show. Coach loves to go to practice. He goes and hangs out with Coach Rhule, watches practice, takes everything in. He'll come in next Tuesday, which will tape on Tuesday and then drop on Wednesday. We'll chat about what he thinks about the 2025 Huskers and what he thinks about overall how the team looks. Special thanks this week to Johnny Rodgers, the Heisman Trophy winner and two-time national champ at the University of Nebraska. Also, thanks to Caleb for punching the buttons and getting this thing all recorded for us. Stable Gray Productions for putting that on as well. And then also Michael Allen, who is in charge of our media department here at Let It Fly. Also, again, thank you to our presenting sponsor, Bud Light. Bud Light, making it easy, no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, make it easy to drink and easy to enjoy. Bud Light, our presenting sponsor. Also, a reminder to you, however you listen to the show, like and subscribe. If you're on YouTube, the like button, subscribe. It helps us out. We are still working on getting on Apple and, of course, Spotify podcast. That's going to be done by next week, I'm pretty sure. We pushed the pedal down on that one, so you'll be able to listen to it there as well, and, of course, watching it on YouTube. And remember, always like and subscribe. We appreciate that. Thanks for joining us this week's Let It Fly show. We'll join you next week again. I'm sure Josh will be back as we interview George Darlington, and have a great week watching sports and enjoying yourself.